live from Jackson, Tennessee. Prospect League TV and the Ballgame Blitz Sports Network proudly present Jackson Rockabillys Baseball. Tonight, it is Game 2 of the two-game set between the Quincy Gems and the Jackson Rockabillys. And last night, if you were with us, it was one for the ages. It was offensive baseball from the word go, as we had one that went into the 11th inning. The Rockabillys came from behind 4 times. They tied it again in the 10th, and we went to the 11th inning, and it was Griffin Cameron with his 5th hit of the night, bringing in a young man from Medina, Tennessee, just up the road, Michael Bell, with the winning run as the Rockabillys defeated Quincy 15-14 and managed to snap a 4-game losing streak in the process. And tonight they're hoping for a sweep of the series. They come in tonight with the Rockabillys batting .266, and it's .268 is the average for the Gems. But this is, if you're really expecting a lot of offense tonight, you won't be leaving the set at any given time, because counting the 2 games they played last week in Illinois, these 2 teams have put together 64 runs in their 3 games. It is something else to watch, but last night, what a thriller finish we had here at the ballpark, and we're looking forward to another great night of action. It is absolutely perfect. We had rain last night for about 3 innings during the game, but this is a gorgeous day that we've had. It's going to be a beautiful evening. Our temperature is about 81 degrees as we get ready to start tonight's game. So it's going to be a perfect July evening. Actually not as, let's put it this way, this is not one of those where you have one of those boiling humid nights. It's going to be very comfortable for the fans this evening, and particularly after the sun goes down. So we hope, if you're watching us at home tonight, that you'll have an opportunity to enjoy all the action. Right now, let's take a break, and then we'll come back and we'll bring you tonight's starting lineups.
The Ballgame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. Ballgame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Here at Carlock Automotive of Jackson, we have it all. New car savings, quality used cars. We repair all makes and models. We can even buy cars. I don't think I have to say it.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, Van Drive, Jackson.
Steve Beverly back with you at the ballpark tonight, as it is the Rockabillys against the Gems from Quincy. And let's start with our starting lineups now for the Quincy Gems. Leading off is a young man who had a home run last night, Jack Ziebig. He's at shortstop. Batting second, playing second base tonight is Jimmy Causa. Kyle Vidston is in at catcher. He'll be batting third. In the cleanup spot is Jason Andujar, and he's also the designated hitter. Tristan Meany is the first baseman. He'll be batting fifth. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Harry Oden. At third base, batting seventh, is Jordan Scott. Easton Maines, the center fielder, will be hitting eighth. And in the 9 spot is Luke Jessen, the right fielder. And the starting pitcher tonight for the Quincy Gems is Jake Schisler. Now let's give you the starting lineups for the Jackson Rockabillys. And they will be starting off tonight with Griffin Cameron, the center fielder, and he had himself a bonanza of a night last night, 5 for 6, including bringing in the winning run in the 11th inning. And then Aiden Hamilton, the left fielder, he'll be batting second. Jake McCutcheon is the designated hitter, and he'll be batting third. And then Javin Shettlemyers is the third baseman, and he'll be batting in the cleanup spot. Macon Zarnich, he's the first baseman, and he is hitting fifth. Kevin Okins is the catcher. He'll be batting 6th. Jake Cale, one of our hometown guys, is the right fielder, and he will be batting 7th tonight. He went to Sacred Heart of Jesus High School. Aiden Johnson, the second baseman, will be batting 8th, and in the 9 spot is Brady Wilson, the shortstop. And the starting pitcher tonight for the Rockabillys is Parker Davis. So those are your starters for the Rockabillys and for the Gems. And there you see some guys who are already happy, and we haven't even had the first pitch yet. Rockabillys are taking the field. There's Jake Keel going into his spot on right field. And Aiden Johnson heading out to second base, and then you'll see Brady Wilson moving into the shortstop position. As we say, these Rockabillys last night, it was a never-say-die team. They came from behind 4 different times, including 5 down at one point, 12-7. Managed to tie it at 12 and send it into extra innings, and we got to the 11th, and they won it on a single by Griffin Cameron to win it 15-14. It was a marathon, 4 hours and 1 minute last night. Well, tonight, let's pause and honor America with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch, where so gallantly streaming, and the Rockies regular, their bones bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And with that big hand from the fans, we are about set to go with the start of tonight's game. And the first pitch tonight is being tossed out tonight by Tim Rodia. He is from Fluid Routing Systems. And he's getting a big hand from a lot of his friends there. And he'll get a nice souvenir out of that. And we thank all the fine companies here in this area that are sponsors of the Rockabillys, as well as those of you who sponsor us on our telecast. It is so good to have you with us. I want to have a special welcome tonight to all of the family members of the players of both teams who perhaps watch on our network and you can't be here in person in Jackson. We're glad to be able to bring you the games tonight. Taking his warm-up tosses, Parker Davis for the Rockabillys. And he'll be facing Jack Ziebig, Jimmy Kaza and Kyle Vidston in the 1-2-3 spots for the Gems. Jack, of course, hit a big home run over the right field wall in the first inning last night. So it's really an interesting thing, and you've got a number of players on both sides who were not in the lineup last night. And it's really going to be interesting to see if those who did play that full game last night, if there's any leftover wear and tear, because 11 innings is not long for an extra inning game, but it's because we had 4 hours and 1 minute of action. We had 29 runs scored between these two teams last night. And here we go. Standing in is Jack Ziebig, the shortstop.
Leading off top of the first for the GM, shortstop number 11.
Your umpires tonight are Timothy Taylor and Dexter Bryant. And here we go. And Davis delivers the first pitch. It's a bit high for ball one. And you'll be seeing our fan cam all over the stadium tonight from the folks who are here to enjoy this game this evening with the temperature right at about 80 degrees. There's a ground ball to short, and he fires it on to first, digging it out and making the play for out number one. Good job by Zarnich to be able to get that one out of the ground, and so that brings up the right-handed hitting Kaza. He was the designated hitter last night. He's playing second tonight. One down here in the top of the first inning, and that one is a fly ball that is going to the center fielder. Making a good running catch on that one was Griffin Cameron, having to make a big move to his left, but comes away with it. It's a little bit tough on the shadows out in the outfield at this hour because we're just past 7 o'clock in Jackson, and it can be a bit tricky when you get past the pitcher's mound, and so he did a great job of staying on top of that one. That one just a little bit low for ball one as Vidston checks in. A ball and no strikes, and here's the pitch. Just knocked him out of the box a little bit. 2 balls and no strike. Kyle Vidston, 5'11", 210-pounder from Iowa Western Community College. He's a freshman there. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. And that one's fouled out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. Dave, we had a lot of loyal fans who stayed here through that 3 innings of rain last night, and they were here all the way to the end. They saw a thriller finish and then had a great fireworks show afterward. Here's the wind and the 2-1. That one is fouled back out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Your cell phone repair foul ball. And that young man he thought he had himself a souvenir, and then it just managed to elude him. Here's the 2-2. Just missed. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So he's gone full. Jason Andahar, the designated hitter, would be next. And here's the 3-2. And ground ball foul. Going over toward the Rockabillys dugout. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 out. Perfect night here at the stadium. It just could not ask for anything any better. And the wind, the pitch. And that one's a fly ball that's going to right field and chasing it over into foul territory, and it goes out of play, goes down into the bullpen. Making a good effort on the run was Jake Cale, but it was just out of his reach. Saw that young man play both baseball and basketball when he was in high school. So we'll rewind the tape again and go with another 3-2 pitch. 2 down here in the top of the first inning. The wind and the pitch. Just low. And so there's your first walk of the game. So Vidston goes down to first, and that will bring up Andahar. And let's see what Davis can deliver here. Andahar from Culver Stockton College. He's one of 3 guys on this roster that represent that school. That one outside for a ball. And here's the wind and the pitch. That one's up high, 2 balls and no strikes. We didn't see Vidston last night, so we don't know if he is a threat to go on a steal attempt. He's hanging close to the bag right now. And here's the 2-0 pitch. Right down in there for strike 1 call. 2 balls and a strike. Our fan cam gets some more of these folks who are enjoying their evening here on a Saturday night at the ballpark. And the pitch is up a little bit high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Last night, the Rockabillys got in a bit of a jam on about 3 occasions with bases on balls, so they want to try to keep away from that tonight. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. And that one's fouled out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So he's gone full once again. And here comes the payoff pitch with 2 out. Outside, ball 4, and so he's put 2 men on after he got the first 2 batters with fly balls, and so that brings up Tristan Meany, the first baseman.
First baseman, number 9, Tristan Meany.
Tristan is also from Culver Stockton College. He's a sophomore, 6'4". So he's a big, lanky guy coming in. And the Rockabillys are playing back at double play depth. So any type of ground ball, they're going to try to go for a force at any base except home. That one's up high for a ball. And I know a couple of those people who are frequenting the bleachers tonight. Glad to have them out. A ball and no strikes. And the pitch. And that one is grounded up the middle, and they're not going to be able to get anybody. Second baseman made a dash over and tried to get it. That one just was a slow roller, and when it got over there to the clay, it just simply died, and there was just no chance to get anybody. So we've got the bases jammed with 2 out after we got the first 2 men out of the inning, and that is going to bring up Harry Oden, the left fielder. Harry is from Maryville University, a freshman. He's 6'3". No balls and a strike. And the line and the pitch, and that one is going to be up the middle, and he's going to run over and hand it to the second baseman. Shortstop with a good play on that one, and that is out number 3. So Rockabillys avoid a jam. There were no runs and 1 infield hit, 2 walks, no errors, and 3 men left on base. And we're going to stay right with you here in between the top and the bottom of the inning because we're going to be recognizing a hometown hero, and that is Lori Nally. And we invite you to be with us again tomorrow night for Rockabillys baseball because my good friend Alexander Bitterling will be back to handle the play-by-play.
We're proud to recognize Lori Nally. Lori is an active member and dedicated officer of the Jackson Elks Lodge 192. In fact, she was the first woman president of the Elks Lodge 192. Give her a hand for that. She has a passion for helping others and it's contagious to all that meet her. She participates every year in Christmas baskets for the needy. She works at the Veterans Home in Humboldt. She loves to support RIFA, and she also works with the Breast Cancer Awareness of West Tennessee a busy woman and she's dedicated to helping others. She is also a tremendous Rockabillys fan. Let's give her a big hand, folks. She's got a gift from Dixie Jackson.
And our congratulations to Lori Nally on being recognized as a hometown hero. And you just heard the laundry list of things that she does to volunteer in this community. And we have so many wonderful people who do that all throughout Jackson, Madison County, and West Tennessee. Well, getting ready for the Rockabillys half of the first inning. And they'll be led by Griffin Cameron, the center fielder, Aiden Hamilton, the left fielder, and Jake McCutcheon, the designated hitter. Griffin, of course, he was the big man last night. 5 hits and 6 trips to the plate, including the game winner in the 11th. And it was a big thriller with that hard hit single up the middle that brought in the winning run, and the Rockabillys won it 15-14. And on the mound is Jake Schisler for the Gems. Ball and a strike. Schisler goes to Missouri S&T. He is a freshman. 5'10" hurler. And that one was just low. 2 balls and a strike. Got a big family here for... You see a lot of families out here tonight, and we see a lot of youth teams who are here this evening. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cameron, who did nothing to hurt his average last night. You hit .833 in one game, and you're going to pick up some points. And he went for it, and they struck him out. First strikeout of the evening for either team. And that will bring up Aiden Hamilton, the left fielder. Aiden is a high school senior who is headed for the University of Kentucky. He's 6'5". He's one of the tallest ones we have out here. That one is a fly ball that is going foul down beyond the Rockabillys bullpen. All right, Schisler delivering the 0-1. And that's a little bit outside, a ball and a strike. You talk about somebody like Lori Nally. There are just so many people in this community, and that's part of the fiber. That one's going to be fouled out of play. Part of the fiber of the Jackson community is people who do volunteer work. They do it unselfishly, and they make this a better place to live. So we salute Lori and all the others who have been named hometown heroes here at the ballpark. Here comes the 1-2 to Hamilton, and that one's fouled back off of the mask. And he's out of there. Apparently they said he did not tip it, and it went off the catcher's mask, so we went over and tagged Hamilton for out number 2. And here's Jake McCutcheon. Jake had a 2-run double last night. We had the Mac boys who did a tremendous job in a couple of those rallies. And Schisler, a nice breaking ball for strike 1. And that one is fouled out of play, so quickly ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. All right, the man from Defiance waits the 0-2, and that one's going up the middle. Shortstop comes over, fires it on to first for out number 3. So for the Rockabillys, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. At the end of an inning of play, we have no score.
A damaged electronic device typically costs hundreds or even thousands of dollars to replace. But we're here to show you that there's a better way. CPR is the global leader in electronic device repair, and our services are fast and far more affordable than replacement. Our knowledgeable technicians have experience working with all types of smartphones, tablets, computers and laptops, MP3 players, gaming consoles, and even other electronic gadgets like drones and more. CPR. We save your mobile life.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Getting ready for the top half of the second inning. Quincy Gems got one hit, got a couple of walks in the first inning, but Davis managed to get out of it. There you go. So many of these fans have been just so loyal throughout this season, but last night they were extra loyal to stay in with the umbrellas and the plastic wrap that kept them from the rain last night that we had. It was not a deluge, but it was steady enough that you could get a good soaking. There's a ground ball that goes by the third baseman into left field for a base hit. He's going to fire it back into second to try to hold him to a single, and indeed does. So there's your first hit of the game tonight. Actually, we had an infield hit in the first game. That's the first one that has gotten out of the infield. So Easton Maines comes up after the base hit by Jordan Scott, the center fielder. Maines was with it all the way, and that one goes off of the top of his shoulder, so he's going to trot himself down to first base. That stung just a bit. So the Gems have a threat going here on a hit and a hit batsman to begin the first inning. There you go. There's one of your youth league teams that is frequenting, and I love those green jerseys. Luke Jessen, the outfielder from the University of Nebraska. And they're hoping for big things in football this year now that they've got Matt Rule as the head football coach. It's been some slim years for the once powerhouse Cornhuskers. A ball and no strikes. Davis getting ready with the wind. Looks the runner at second. And the pitch. High, ball two. 2-0 count with two on. Last night, the Gems got out to an early 1-0 lead, and then the Rockabillys managed to go back ahead 2-1. And as we managed to see throughout the evening, that one's a high fly ball that is going way out of play. 2 balls and a strike. When we were seeing the game get last night to 12-7, and then the Rockabillys just continued to plug away, tied it at 12, fell behind 14-12 in the 10th, and tied it again at 14, and then won it in the 11th. And the fans were so loyal because they had been here. It was after 11 o'clock when everything wound up, and it was really fantastic because of the fact that you went home happy, but you stayed around and enjoyed a great fireworks show. It was really first-rate Friday night fireworks here at the ballpark. 2-2 count with 2 on. And the pitch. That's low for ball 3. Davis really wants it to happen right here. He does not want to suddenly find himself with a no-out, bases-loaded jam here in the second. Here's the wind. And the pitch. And there's a high fly ball. Center fielder's only going to have to move about 2 steps forward, and he takes it for out number 2, but the runner does advance. In fact, both runners advance. Sacrifice fly for Luke Jessen, and so that moves them on to second and third, takes away the force play. Jack Ziebig comes up for his second time. 0 for 1 so far tonight. Well, the Rockabillys would love to be able to get out of this one without. And that one's a high fly ball that is going back to center field. He's under it and takes it. That's going to bring in the first run of the game. Sacrifice fly that will score Easton Maines, and that makes it a 1-0 lead for the Quincy Gems. So they've managed to put it together after the hit batsman and the single. Got one sacrifice fly followed by another, and they lead it 1-0. Jimmy Causa, the second baseman, beautiful slip pitch there. No balls and a strike. I think Rockabillys would be very happy just to get out of this one with a 1 run. And hard hit ball, foul. That goes down just past the first base line. No balls and 2 strikes. And here's the 0-2 coming to Causa. And he went after it. They're going to have to throw to first to complete it. And he reaches up high and snags it for out number 3. So not a great deal of damage for the Rockabillys. The Gems, make 1 run on 1 hit. They also had a hit batsman, and they had 1 man left on base. At the end of an inning and a half, it is the Quincy Gems 1, the Rockabillys 0.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
CPR is the global leader in electronic device repair, and our services are fast and far more affordable than replacement. CPR specializes in cracked screen replacement and repair, water damage, data recovery and transfer, camera repair, battery issues, component replacement, and more. CPR, we save your mobile life.
Bottom half of the second inning. And leading off for the Rockabillys will be Jackson Shuttlemeyers, the third baseman. He'll be followed by Kaznarich, the first baseman, and Okins, the catcher. Rockabillys went down 1-2-3 in the first inning. That one is grounded for ball 1. We didn't see Settlemeyers last night. That one's a high fly ball. Center fielder is going to be on the run to chase it, but it's going to be the right fielder who gets under it and takes it for out number 1. So Settlemeyer goes down, and here comes the left-handed batting. Grzanich, the first baseman. And Mason hits one a mile in the air. I think that's going to get out of play just beyond the roof of the Rockabillys dugout. So it's just what you would call a high fly foul strike. From Dyersburg State Community College, but a long way from home in Wisconsin. Outside for ball 1. And for a lot of these young men, it's their first time to play in a summer league like this. And I know many of them have enjoyed staying in the host homes that families have been welcoming them in here in the Jackson area. Ball and 2 strikes, and that one's fouled off once again, so we'll stay at 1-2. I want to salute our camera crew tonight. They are all over the place. We got 10 cameras covering the game tonight. And he got it, blew it right by him for the second strikeout for Jake Schisler. So that will bring up Okins, Kevin Okins, the catcher. We did not see him last night. So Rockabillys have gone down in order, the first 5. And that one just a bit outside for a ball. We still got fans trickling in here. And that one's a bouncing ball that is going to be a little bit difficult to catch up for the shortstop, and it goes into center field for a base hit. So first base runner of the game. Yeah, wave at us. First base runner of the game for the Rockabillys. And that brings up the right fielder, Jake Cale. The right-handed hitting Cale. And that one's a bit high and inside for ball 1. Cale, as I mentioned, very talented in basketball. And there's a line drive, but it is going right at the left fielder. It was a hard-hit ball, but it goes right at the left fielder for out number 3. Well, the Rockabillys picked up a hit, but couldn't do anything with it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We've completed 2 from the ballpark, and it is the Gems 1 and the Rockabillys nothing.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Here at Carlock Automotive of Jackson, we have it all. New car savings, quality used cars. We repair all makes and models. We can even buy cars. I don't think I have to say it.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
We're breezing right along tonight, and it is the top of the 3rd with the Gems, a 1-0 lead over the Rockabillys. And here comes the GOAT. He is absolutely, JR is the star of the show when he makes his appearance. The kids absolutely love JR. So Davis is getting ready to work his 3rd inning for the Rockabillys. And Kyle Vidston, the catcher. He takes ball 1. And that one's a line drive grounder that goes to the shortstop. He fires long to first, and they nail him for out number 1. I think last night that we were probably at this point, we were already an hour into the game because there was so much offense in that game. And as we've talked about, in the 3 games they have played here in July between the 2 teams, 64 runs. And that one's fouled out of play. Jason Andahar, the designated hitter, going left-handed against the right-handed pitching. And that one was one that dipped, and he went after it for strike 2. And the wind by Davis and the pitch outside for ball 1. And we appreciate all of our fine sponsors who bring you Rockabillys baseball right here on PLTV and the Ballgame Blitz Sports Network. That one is a high foul out of play down the left field line, deep back into the bleachers. Those two young ladies are absolutely surprised. They looked over and they realized they were on camera, and what a night it has been for them. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You can always tell when they have that sudden glance and their lips start curling up and they get a grin. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that one is a high fly ball that's going to drop into left field for a base hit. So a 1-out single. And that's the second hit of the game for the Gems. Tristan Meany, the first baseman, he's 1 for 1 in tonight's game. Again, another one of these left-handed hitters. They have loaded this lineup with left-handers tonight. And that one's going to be a grounder, and this could be 2. He goes to second, fires on to first. And he got the double play and gets them out of the inning. Terrific job on that, and good stretch at first base by Kisnarich. So for the Gems, it was no runs on 1 hit and no errors and 1 man left on base. So we have completed 2.5, and it is the Quincy Gems 1 and the Rockabillys nothing.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, Van Drive, Jackson.
So we continue on here from Jackson and the bottom of the 3rd. The Gems leading it 1-0. So you'll have Johnson, Wilson, and Cameron coming up for the Rockabillys in this inning. So far, Jackson with no runs on 1 hit, 1 run on 2 hits for the Gems. And Aiden Johnson, the second baseman, down in the 8th spot, will lead off this 3rd inning. Schisler's pitch, and there's a line drive that goes between the 3rd baseman and shortstop into left field for a base hit. Second hit of the evening for the Rockabillys. And here comes the shortstop, Brady Wilson. Brady from Jefferson College. He's a freshman. He's one of the 18-year-olds on this team. Just turned 18 back on June the 10th. And 1 after 1. He was going for the downs on that one and missed it. No balls and a strike. And we have Johnson at first. Schisler taking a lot of time. Now he delivers. That's up high for a ball. Tell you what, got a lot of youngsters out in the ballpark tonight, and that is terrific because you just have to know that for them to be out here, and particularly a lot of the dads and moms that are bringing their kids to the ballpark, what a great time for bonding. Just a super job. A ball and 2 strikes, going to fire over to first, and getting back in plenty of time was Johnson. And here comes the 1-2 to Wilson. And that one was bounced off of the, I think it went off the the bill of the cap of the umpire. So it's still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Schisler's done a good job so far of setting the Rockabillys down on 2 hits, but he does have a base runner with nobody out. And that one is fouled back to the padding. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes still. Brady is another one of these from Defiance, Missouri. And here we go again with another 1-2 pitch with the Gems on top 1-0. And that one's fouled back yet again. He is hanging extraordinarily tough. We've seen more smiles and more guys it's more the guys than it is the ladies tonight covering up their faces whenever they see the camera on them. That's up high for ball 2. I think they ought to be fined if they cover up their face. You know, take your 5 seconds of fame and enjoy it. That one is. There's a drive. It's going way back to the Blue Monster. It's off the wall. That's going to go for extra bases. He's in there at second, and that's going to bring in the first. He's going to slide, and he makes it underneath the tag. He is safe. And I can tell you there is some disagreement on the part of the Gems, but it's not going to get them anywhere. He slid in under the tag. It was a good piece of base running there at the end, and the Rockabillys have tied it 1-1 on the double. And that brings up Griffin Cameron, last night's hero, and let's see if he can get some more going now for the Rockabillys. We're all tied up at 1 now. Runner on second. And the pitch. High foul back. No balls and 1 strike. That was one that was really flying back toward the Blue Monster, and it went up against the wall. The left fielder got a pretty good bounce on that one because otherwise that might have gone actually for a triple. Here's the pitch. That's a high fly ball that is going into shallow left field. Left fielder calls for it for out number 2. And that's going to bring up Aiden Hamilton, the left fielder. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight. That's actually only the first out. Not trying to advance us any further than we can. And beautiful breaking ball for strike 1. This guy really has a good curve. But with a runner on second, let's see if Hamilton can bring him around. Chased after one that was just a little bit low. No balls and 2 strikes. Hamilton's got a lot of speed. If he can get one out there, he's one who can really move it and motor it down to the base paths. And the pitch, and they blew it right by him for strike 3. So that is the 3rd strikeout of the game for Schisler. And that is going to bring up Jake McCutcheon, designated hitter. And he had a couple of RBIs last night. Runner still on second. That one's outside for a ball. Well, these guys are they're enjoying their sidelights of the game. Schisler delivers and got it by him for strike one. He also has a good fastball as well. We're all knotted up at 1. Here's the wind and the pitch. That one's outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. There's some of the folks that are up closer to the upper deck. Everybody's getting their 3 to 5 seconds of fame tonight, and I like that. The pitch, and that one's another nice breaking ball for strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and a runner on second. And here we go with the 2-2 from Schisler. And that one is a high, and that one's going to drop and go back almost to the wall. They're going to have to chase after that. 1 run is in. He's at second. He's going to try for 3. Motoring it out, McCutcheon with a stand-up triple. That ball just kept going and going and going. Then you had both the left and center fielders having to chase after it. And McCutcheon brings in the second run, and the Rockabillys are on top 2-1. And here's Jackson Settlemeyer. And that one's outside for a ball. And you can see the replay of the run-scoring triple on your upper screen now as we have the live action down on the lower portion. And you can see that one going all the way. There's one that goes foul. A ball and a strike, and watch him as he motors around there. We told you he was fast, and he got in there stand-up triple, didn't even have to slide. A ball and a strike with 2 out and a runner on third, 90 feet away. Schisler delivers again. That one is low and away, 2 balls and a strike. And here goes the wind and the pitch. Here's a drive, a high fly ball that is going to fight. A nice sliding catch by the left fielder. And so that one had a little bit of carry to it, and he had to make a running play and slid and managed to nail it for out number 3. But the Rockabillys picked up 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and left 1 on third. So we have completed 3, and your score, Rockabillys 2 and the Gems 1.
Winner holding number 678215. 678215. Again, that's found on page 13. 2 complete buffets and drinks. Head over to the jukebox. Pick up your gift.
Stadium tonight. These 2 wonderful ladies from FRS are going to be competing in our pack-the-bag suitcase race. This race is brought to you by Southern Airways. And these 2 ladies, is it? Okay. These 2 are going to be competing for a round-trip flight from Jackson to Atlanta. They are going to run down to the clubs, grab as many as
Jack A. Davis, 42.
I think you ought to make a game show out of Pack Your Bags. That one's a classic. I think you could do 2 out of 3 on that, and then you'd have to come up with some kind of an end game. You know, a bonus that for every piece of clothing you can get in 30 seconds, you win $100. I think that's the way it works. See, I can come up with all of these formats like that. That's why I'm known as the game show guru. So here we go, top of the 4th inning, and the Gems back in. And Harry Oden at the plate, and he has a hard foul down the right field line. Tell you, those ladies doing Pack Your Bags, they grabbed. It was unbelievable to think of how much they snatched out from the ground to get it to the bags there on their first run, and then they had to go back and get the rest of it. And did you see the expression on the one who lost? I mean, there was sheer pain in the facial expression. I mean, that was terror. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch just down in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's their second appearance tonight. They want to negotiate with an agent. They want to be able to pay more money to appear. A ball and 2 strikes. And that one's fouled out of play. So far, a steady outing for Davis. And the wind and the 1-2. And that one's fouled out of play once again. Oden is hanging tough. Harry goes to Maryville University. Davis gets the sign that he wants. And the pitch. And there's a tapper that's going to the shortstop. He's going to make the long throw to first and the stretch, and they get him. Kasnarich with that long stretch for out number 1. Here's Jordan Scott. He's 1 for 1 tonight. The third baseman, he had a fine game last night as well. I said earlier there were 3 players from Culver Stockton. There are 5 actually on this Quincy Gems roster from that college. Breaking ball for strike 1. There you go. There's another family of 5 enjoying themselves tonight. The pitch. A little bit down in the dirt. A ball and a strike. And we've still got a little bit of dusk here at the ballpark. The lights have been turned on. And there's a fly ball. Center fielder under it. Makes the running catch and takes it. Nice job by Griffin Cameron. He's covered a lot of ground so far tonight. That's out number 2. And here comes Easton Maines, the center fielder. He played all 11 innings last night. And swing and a miss for strike 1. We're in the top of the 4th here at the ballpark in Jackson. And that one dipped just a bit low. Ball and a strike. Remember, when you come to the ballpark, go by the jukebox, and you can get all kinds of Rockabillys jerseys, balls, any kind of thing that you can take away from the place here, and it's great memorabilia from this first season of the Prospect League here in Jackson, Tennessee. And they'd love to see you. Real friendly folks inside the jukebox. There they go. So we got a ball and 2 strikes and 2 out, nobody on. And they've got a little bit of a, I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway, the umpires finally have got an equipment adjustment, and they have returned. He had a big grin on his face. We'll have to find out after the game what that was all about. Ball and 2 strikes and 2 out. And Davis delivers. That one just dipped at the last minute, and so it's ball 2. He was trying to get that inside corner. All right, the wind and the 2-2. Outside, ball 3. So he's gone full. Now, these 5 guys, I can guarantee you, whatever they do tomorrow, somebody is going to know that they were on television for 3 seconds. They'll probably sign autographs with their friends. Here's the 3-2. That one's a mile in the air, but it's going back foul out of play on the screen. And it is taking a big roll and going back on the field. So we got another 3-2 coming. Davis winds and pitches. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Long throw to first. What a stretch, and he got him. I am telling you, he has been challenged tonight. That is the 3rd time that Wilson has had to make one of those long throws from deep at short. But he managed to nail him by about a half step. And so it was no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We have played 3.5, and as you see the replay once again, there you go. The big long fire to first just got him. That big stretch made the difference. So out number 3, let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Rockabillys on top 2-1.
If you're looking to upgrade your device without breaking the bank, CPR can help you with that as well. Our stores carry a wide variety of certified pre-owned tablets, laptops, and smartphones, including all of the latest Apple and Samsung models. Financing is available for qualified customers. Our Y-certified technicians are ready to assist you, and our limited lifetime warranty is the best in the industry. And with hundreds of stores across the U.S., you never have to look far for fast, efficient electronic device repair. CPR. We save your mobile life.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, Van Drive, Jackson.
Steve Beverly back with you at the ballpark in Jackson, Tennessee, and we're going to the bottom of the 4th. And Rockabillys trying to add to their 2-1 lead. That ball was up high for a ball. And you got Mason Kaznarich, the first baseman, up. The big guy from Wisconsin. Ball and a strike. That one just dipped, and he went after it. Sinker ball that really fooled him on that. A ball and 2 strikes. Schisler delivers again. Outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This has been much more of a pitcher's duel tonight than we had last night with that marathon 15-14 game. There's a drive into right field for a base hit. He just went right with the pitch. So he's on with a single, and that will bring up Kevin Okins, the catcher. Kevin tonight is 1 for 1. And he'll be working with Kaznarich down at first. Schisler delivers outside for a ball. I'd love to know the conversation of those 3 young guys who are up there in the stands that you just saw above the pitcher. That one is a high foul back out of play. fact, it's rolling right on the top of the roof where we are in our press box. Ball and a strike. And Okins awaits Schisler's delivery. And that one is going to be a ground ball. They may have a chance at two. He slides in, and they can't get the second one. That ball was just not as hard of a line drive, and that kept them from getting a double play, but they did get the lead runner at second, so Okins will be at first. One away. And Jake Cale, the local guy, comes up. His mom, Ann Cale, of course, used to be the guiding hand of Sacred Heart of Jesus School, and now she is working in another capacity in the health and wellness industry. We saw her at the ballpark last night. She may be here again tonight. Here's the pitch. That's low down, a ball and a strike. Yeah, those three guys have, you look over there above them, they still have a really deep conversation going on. The wind, the pitch. Jake fouls that one off up into the, hey, somebody made a great catch up there. They need to sign him up. He was ready for that one and snagged it. 1 ball and 2 strikes and 1 out. And there's one that's a slow grounder to the short. He's going to second, on to first, and it gets away from the first baseman. So once again, you're going to have a runner on first with 2 out this time. And it brings up Aiden Johnson, the second baseman. Aiden 1 for 1. He was part of that. Aiden was part of that third inning in which the Rockabillys took the lead 2-1. And we may be about to complete 4 innings here in the space of an hour. There's a high fly ball. Center fielder's chasing it, but the right fielder is the one who picks it up and snags it for out number 3. So for the Rockabillys, there were no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We have completed 4, and the Rockabillys still hold to a 2-1 lead.
Looking for 3 fans who cheer the loudest, and they will deliver a pizza to your seat. Fans, you're going to have to be loud. Make some noise. Get their attention. Do the 2-step boogaloo. Who wants a pizza, fans? Hey fans, if you were not a winner, you can always enjoy our fresh, delicious Domino's pizza.
I tell you, that pizza search is something else. I will tell you, and I know my good friend here, Christopher Reasons, who's at the controls, he knows that the song they play when they are delivering the pizza there is called Funiculi Funicula. He could have named that if he was a contestant on Name That Tune, and if you ever go on there on Fox when it's on Name That Tune, Chris, you have got to be able to know what Funiculi Funicula is. And you have just heard it. Cade Davis still on the mound in his 5th inning of work. Cade goes to the University of Memphis. He is from Ripley, Mississippi. And he also went to Covington High School. Luke Jessen back up at the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Now, these guys who got 5 and 6 at bats last night, that's not going to happen tonight. It does not appear to be, because we have ourselves a really neat pitcher's duel going here. Davis fires. That's down low for a ball. It's an interesting experience for all of these guys to be, you in a situation where you are living in a town, unless you are somebody like a Jake Cale or some of the ones who live extraordinarily nearby, but to be in a situation where you are largely away from home, and in some instances maybe the first time for a summer season, it's really interesting to see how they adapt to the communities that they represent. And beautiful slider that goes down for strike 3, and that is the first strikeout of the game for Cade Davis. So we're back up to the top of the order with Jack Ziebig, the shortstop. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Beautiful pitch right in the inside corner for strike 1. And the 0-1, that's a high fly ball going to center field. Making a run under it and snagging it for out number 2. Griffin Cameron has had to cover a lot of ground tonight, and he's been very successful doing so. Jimmy Causa, the VMI student athlete, and that's in there for a strike. And it seems as though Davis is getting more and more confident with each inning. He's held them to 3 hits so far, right down the middle for strike 2. So he's ahead 0-2 with 2 out. And he fires. That one gets away from him. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now that's a couple that's enjoying an evening at the ballpark. The 1-2. And it just goes down in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Davis once again with the wind. And the 2-2. And that one is going to the second baseman, a 4-hopper, and he fires to first and just nabs him by a step for out number 3. Another good inning, 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We're halfway through tonight here at the ballpark in Jackson, and your score is the Rockabillys 2 and the Gems 1.
Here at Carlock Automotive of Jackson, we have it all. New car savings, quality used cars. We repair all makes and models. We can even buy cars. I don't think I have to say it.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Bottom of the 5th. Second half of the game beginning, and in a really good boy. Now, that's a grin, a triple grin like I have seen few people do. They were ready for that one. It's like they were in the photo studio tonight. I like when people are happy. You saw none of them cover their faces. They were there. They were just happy to be on camera. So Rockabilly's trying to add to a 2-1 lead as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. And Brady Wilson, one of the 2 guys from Defiance, Missouri, is up at the plate. And that's right down in there for a strike. Schisler and Davis have been putting on a pitching clinic tonight, and he went after one that dipped low. No balls and 2 strikes. Brady's 1 for 1 this evening. And Schisler's pitch just missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 runs on 5 hits for the Rockabillys. Just missed once again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was just off the corner. I think Schisler's a little frustrated with himself on that one. Here's the 2-2 to Wilson. Right down in there. He just looked at strike 3. So we're going back to the top of the order with Griffin Cameron. After the 5 for 6 night that he had last night, Griffin is 0 for 2 this evening. But you put the 2 nights together, 5 for 8. He's still 625 in his average for this weekend set. And he's going for a bunt, and he may get there. It's going to be a tough play, and the third baseman goes right by it. Excellent bunt. Nobody was expecting it, and Griffin gets on with a bunt single. And in a game like that, you take them any way you can get them, and that was a perfectly laid down bunt, and it would have been a tough play anyway for the third baseman. You always run the risk of firing one wildly, and in that case, he managed to easily beat that out for a base hit, and so Aiden Hamilton is at the plate, 0 for 2 tonight, the left fielder, with 1 out and with Griffin Cameron down at first. And that one's high. Griffin's going to go for second. And they got him. Little bit of a delayed call on that one. It was a bang-bang play, but they got him on the elbow before he slid in, and so that bunt single goes for naught. And there's 2 out now with nobody on. Here's the pitch, and that one goes bouncing high. A ball and a strike. I wonder how long it took him to grow that beard. That's impressive. The 1-1. And there's a ground ball to the second baseman. This is going to be an easy throw over to first for out number 3. Well, they got a bunt single, but Griffin Cameron was caught stealing, trying to get inside at second. So it was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. And we have completed 5. Rockabilly's still on top, 2-1.
The Ball Game Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. Ball Game Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Here at Carlock Automotive of Jackson, we have it all. New car savings, quality used cars. We repair all makes and models. We can even buy cars. I don't think I have to say it.
Well, we're going to the top half of the 6th inning. Rockabillys clinging to that 2-1 lead. And Davis still on the mound. Done a good job of scattering 3 hits this evening. And this game has whisked along much more so than our marathon last night. We've only been at it this evening so far 71 minutes, and we're already in the 6th. Kyle Vidston up for his second plate appearance. He's 0 for 1 tonight. And he delivers to the catcher. That's up high for a ball. Now, I wonder if he's the guy who made that dramatic catch up in the stands a few minutes ago. That one's in there for a strike. A ball and a strike. He's done a good job of mixing his pitches this evening. And that's a high fly ball to center field. Not much travel necessary for Griffin Cameron. And he snags it for out number 1. We're still hanging in right around 81 degrees tonight at the ballpark, but it's not a humid 81. And we've got a pinch hitter in here now. And that is in there for a strike. Jason Andahar. Jason's another one of these from Culver Stockton College. He goes 6'1". And the wind and the pitch just outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's at only 1 inning and that was the inning where they got their run, that he even really seemed as though that he was very shaky and managed to get out of the jam. 2 balls and 2 strikes and 1 out. Nobody on. And the pitch. That's fouled off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So far tonight, Andahar is 1 for 1. The wind and the pitch. And that one is fouled off over into the right-hand stands. And boy, when those kids manage to get a souvenir like that, it is just a big time. They go home and they talk to their parents about it all night long. Here's another 2-2, and that one's down low for ball 3. So we've gone full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the wind. And the pitch. And he got him, struck him out. That is the second strikeout for Davis. There's a happy group of 5. And here comes the designated hitter. Here's Meany. And the pitch. Got it on the corner for strike 1. They look like the imposters on To Tell the Truth. And got him on a little breaking ball there. No balls and 2 strikes. He's been well ahead of the hitters here in this 6th inning of play. Tristan Meany, I think really about a little bit more than half the roster tonight that's been up to the plate is from Culver Stockton. And the wind and the pitch. That's down low for a ball. Gets away from the catcher, but no harm because we have nobody on. Cade again has held them to 3 hits tonight. And he delivers the 1-2. Another high fly foul, and the catcher takes a look at it, but it's going to go back into the screen. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Davis ready on his delivery. And the 1-2. And that's a ground ball to short. Fires on to first. Got him by at least 3 steps for out number 3. So once again, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We have completed 5.5. And it's still the Rockabillys on top, 2-1.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, Van Drive, Jackson.
A damaged electronic device typically costs hundreds or even thousands of dollars to replace. But we're here to show you that there's a better way. CPR is the global leader in electronic device repair, and our services are fast and far more affordable than replacement. Our knowledgeable technicians have experience working with all types of smartphones, tablets, computers and laptops, MP3 players, gaming consoles, and even other electronic gadgets like drones and more. CPR, we save your mobile life.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
And it's the bottom of the 6th, as Schisler and Davis have locked up in a terrific pitching duel tonight. One of our fine concessionaires here at the ballpark. Rockabilly still hanging on to a 2-1 lead. Jake McCutcheon back up. So far this evening, he's 1 for 2. And the pitch just outside for ball 1. You still have to know, with both of these teams having the bat power that they do, that it is, you really want to look for some insurance runs here, because 2-1 can be a rather tenuous situation. That one is inside for ball 2. McCutcheon can hit to all fields. And he hits a high pop fly that's going to go into shallow center field. Now they're going to have to run after it, and they lose it. And again, that's a couple, and he makes it all the way to second. What a play and what heads-up base running by McCutcheon. That thing, it just hung up there, and apparently there was just miscommunication between the shortstop. We're going to look at this once again. You got the shortstop and the center fielder all converging on this, and it just dropped. He was trying to make a behind-the-back catch and heads-up base running on the part of McCutcheon to get all the way down to second. So now Rockabilly's in scoring position once again, and here's Jackson Settlemeyer. And he delivers one into very short right field for out number 1. Mason Kaznarich, first baseman, and he has made a lot of outstanding stretches tonight to be able to get some runners by half step or 1 step. And that's a high fly ball into left field. That might get the runner over to third. It's into deep left field, and he fires it. with that arm, they respected that very well, so they didn't decide to try to move it over into third. That family looked like they went to Elite Dental Care, one of our sponsors. You saw those white teeth there that looked as though that they had had beautiful treatment. Kevin Okins, the catcher, still with a runner on second and 2 out. You'd love to be able to get him in because you need all the insurance that you can possibly get. That one's down low and outside for a ball. Hope all of you have had a great weekend today. It could not have been any better in Jackson. Was not excessively hot in the community, and you could really enjoy being outside today, just as these folks are here at the park. 2 balls and no strike. Now, wait a minute. Have we got some kind of some action going here? Now, why would he have balled up his fist like that? There was no call for that. The 2-0, and that one's high and inside. 3 balls and no strikes. And Okins will be taking this pitch all the way, I do believe. And you've still got McCutcheon lurking down there at second. And there's a drive into, and that's going to chase the center fielder. It's going to go back to the wall, and that's going to score another run. He's going to make it to second. He's going to try to make it into third with a triple. They fire it in there, but he slides in. And look at him. He's going to tee off on it. Beautiful job on that one by Okins. He just got all of it, and it went all the way back to the wall in center field. And he brings in McCutcheon with the 3rd Rockabillys run of the night. So he's 90 feet away. Look at that grin. He is so happy about that. And they're going to come out and talk to Schisler. And we'll see if he stays in or if this is just to keep him going. I think he's going to keep him in. Yep. Schisler's going to stay in. But he's given up some fly balls in this inning. They've teed off on him a bit more than what we've seen in what has been a very good pitching duel so far tonight. And Jake Cale stands in with a runner only 90 feet away. Here's the pitch. And Jake chases it for strike 1. Okins would love to complete the play and score off of that. Boy, did he have a grin. That one's low. Ball and a strike. Three to 1 now, and you'd love to be able to get that runner in from third. And that one's outside again. 2 balls and a strike. Jake is 0 for 2 tonight. Schisler has struggled a bit here in this 6th inning, but so far in the game tonight, he's got 3 strikeouts. That one's low. 3 balls and 1 strike. And you got to know that Jake will probably be, if he gets the pitch he wants, he'll go after this one at 3-1. And at the university I used to teach at, Union University. And the pitch. And that's in there. Got the breaking ball in. So it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now, this is the one where he wants it to happen on, and Jake's going to be looking for one that could possibly put him on. And the pitch, and he pops it up high, and it's going to go. The center fielder has to make about 6 steps over to his left and snags it for out number 3. But the Rockabillys come up with 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We have completed 6. The Rockabillys have added to it. They lead it 3-1.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with elite dental care, and let your smile say it all.
CPR is the global leader in electronic device repair, and our services are fast and far more affordable than replacement. CPR specializes in cracked screen replacement and repair, water damage, data recovery and transfer, camera repair, battery issues, component replacement, and more. CPR. We save your mobile life.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Okay, Davis is going to be working his 7th inning now as we're at the top half. And that was a good insurance runs for the Rockabillys in the bottom of the 6th as they've extended it to 3-1. And he has continued to hold them well to only 3 hits in the game. He struck out 2 and walked 3. And there's JR once again having a deep conversation with these young folks. Harry Oden will lead it off for the Gems, the left fielder. He's 0 for 2 tonight. That one down in the dirt for a ball. Harry, again, also, he's more of a singles and doubles hitter, but he has an ability to hit to all fields. Went after one. Ball and a strike. But as we mentioned, Davis seems to have gained more confidence as this game has continued. Good breaking ball in there for strike 2. Got a good shot of Oden right there. The wind and the pitch. And a high fly ball, and Griffin Cameron about 3 steps to his right and nails it for out number 1. Griffin has had to work for his keep tonight because they have sent a lot of balls to center field. Jordan Scott, another one of those Culver Stockton guys on this ball club. And the third baseman so far tonight is 1 for 2. Ball and no strikes. And the wind, and Scott fouls it back up against the screen. Evens it up at 1-1. Nobody on and 1 out. Here's the pitch. Curveball in there on the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'd really like seeing his breaking pitches tonight. He's mixed them up quite well. And he fires, and that one's fouled off. 36. So Scott hanging tough, but a ball and 2 strikes. There you go. Picture that they'll never forget. A Kodak moment here at the ballpark. With cell phones, though, you don't say a Kodak moment much anymore. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's done a good job of staying ahead of the hitter since about the 3rd inning. And the pitch just fouled off, just got a piece of it. So we stay at 2-2 with 1 out. Fans have been treated to some good baseball. 2 different styles of games here this weekend. Just outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes, so we've gone full. you had that offensive explosion last night, and tonight we've just seen some excellent pitching by both these guys. Davis with the 3-2. Just missed on the inside. So he walks him. That is his fourth walk of the game. And that will bring up Easton Maines, the center fielder, who is 0 for 1 tonight. And you can expect they're going to come out, and I think that may be it for Davis. Looks like they're going to, and he's got a grin on his face, but he's getting a congratulations all the way around. They're going to bring in someone from the bullpen. So let's take a break, and then we'll be back here to tell you about our new pitcher.
Here at Carlock Automotive of Jackson, we have it all. New car savings, quality used cars. We repair all makes and models. We can even buy cars. I don't think I have to say it.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Well, it's Parker Davis who comes in relief of Cade Davis. Cade goes 6 1/3 innings. He struck out 2, walked 4, but in that time he held the Gems to 1 run on 3 hits. So Davis will come in with 1 out here in the 7th, and he has 1 man on first, and that will be the responsibility of Cade Davis. Parker is actually one of the youngest guys on this entire roster. He's only 19. Actually, he hasn't had his 19th birthday yet. That's coming up on August the 3rd. He's a high school senior, went to Covington High School. So he has just walked the line and received his high school diploma. And now they're counting on him to be able to snuff out what is a mild threat here in the 7th. So Parker Davis from just up the road in Covington will be facing Ethan Maines, who is 0 for 1 tonight. And the Rockabillys will be playing at double play depth. Still on top, 3-1. And here is the first pitch from Parker. That one fouled back to the screen. It's got to be confidence for a reliever to come in and get a strike right on the first pitch. He's said to have a really good fastball. And he chased after that one, fouled it off to the right. So he's quickly ahead on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Easton from Iowa Wesleyan University. Iowa Western. And here's the pitch. High and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cade Davis had somewhat of a grin as he was leaving. I don't think he really wanted to leave the game, but the manager said, all right, it was probably a pitch count thing to get him out of there. Davis, he is intently staring the runner at first, and that one almost got away. Good job by the catcher of Oakins did a good job of holding on to that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now look at that face. And the 2-2, high, ball 3. So we've gone full. He was 0-2, and now he has run himself full. So let's see how Parker can handle this one. A big payoff pitch coming here. And he delivers to main. No, he's going to go to first and runner back in very easily. And here we go. The 3-2. High and away, and so he has walked him. So they've managed to get a threat now with 2 bases on balls. So that brings up Jessen, who is 0 for 2 tonight, but now he has an opportunity, Luke, with 2 men on. Davis delivers. He went after that one, and it was a good breaking ball, good sinker. This tests the confidence of a young guy to come in here, and particularly now with 2 on, to be able, he's got 1 out, and they'll be going after a double play, and good job again by Oakins of being able to keep that one from getting away, because they want to keep it where there's a force play available. Ball and a strike. And that's a ground ball to first. He's going to tag the bag. The runners are going to move up to second and third, almost the equivalent of a sacrifice. He doesn't get credit for one there, but runners advance to second and third, so they're both in scoring position, but 2 out now. And we go back up to the top of the order for Jack Ziebig, the shortstop. Now, last night he put one over the wall, and that one's up high for a ball. The wind and the pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down and 2 on. Both of them there on bases on balls. The wind to Parker Davis. And it's in there again. 1 ball and 2 strikes and 2 outs. And this is a big pitch right here for Davis. Good breaking ball, and he got him. That was a delayed call, but big strikeout for Parker Davis. That's the 3rd strikeout for Rockabillys pitching tonight, so they get out of the jam. They had runners on second and third, no runs, no hits. There were 2 walks, no errors, and 2 men left on base. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Rockabillys still on top, 3-1.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, Van Drive, Jackson.
Bottom of the 7th now here at the ballpark. And good job of pitching out of that jam by Parker Davis. As they left 2 on second and third. And let's listen to Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. It's 1, 2, 3, let's go round and be all game.
There's nothing like the 7th inning stretch to bring a crowd alive. And we have a reliever coming in now for the Gems. It's Carter Poole. He's a right-hander, 6'2", from Highland Community College. He's a freshman. So you can close the book tonight on Schisler, who actually did a terrific job. He gave up 3 runs. He struck out 3. He walked only 2, but he had a couple of shaky innings, and that allowed the Rockabillys to hold on to this 3-1 lead that they have right now. So we'll see what kind of delivery Poole has. Aiden Johnson back up, and he goes around on that one for strike 1. Johnson 1 for 2 tonight. He'll be followed by Wilson and then Griffin Cameron. Here's the wind and the pitch. Right down in there for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Johnson holding that bat high. Just outside. Looked like he might have wanted to ask for help. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's the pitch to Johnson. And he went around on it for strike 3. That is the 4th strikeout of the evening for Gems pitchers. Here's Brady Wilson. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Rockabillys have 8 hits on the evening. The wind and the pitch. And he's got a good fastball, and he blew that one by him for strike 1. But as we say, this has been much more of a pitcher's duel than we had last night. And went around on it again. No balls and 2 strikes. Now, that's their second appearance tonight. They're going to be asking for an agent, too. Get all these extra cameo appearances. That one's down low for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes and 1 out on a very pleasant evening tonight at the ballpark. And struck him out. He has got himself quite a fastball. That's his second strikeout. He's gotten 2 of the Rockabillys and the 5th strikeout of the evening for the Gems. And here's Griffin Cameron, 1 for 3 and 5 for 6 last night, so that makes him 6 out of his last 9 at bats. And this guy can do a little of everything. We saw that last night, and then when he drove home the winning run, and to see the Rockabillys all chase him all the way out into right field, it was like you'd thought they'd won the league pennant. That looked like one of my former students on the left. That one's high for ball 2. Cameron, as we say, he can hit to all fields, and he just has such a tremendous talent. And quite inside for ball 3. Our fan cam just moves all over the place in the stadium. There's a big group, and they're glad to be on camera. And here we go, the 3-0 right down the middle for strike one. 3 balls and 1 strike. The kick and the fire, and he walked him. So Griffin with his second trip down to first base. And that'll bring up Aiden Hamilton, the left fielder, who is 0 for 3 tonight. Yeah, that's Vanessa Mason Flack and her husband. I knew that was one of my former students. So let's see if Aiden can add to a little bit more of insurance runs for the Rockabillys. That one missed for ball 1. Well, fans have been treated to some really good baseball this weekend, and tomorrow night they'll be back right out here at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, and we hope you'll be here. If you can't, be with us on PLTV. And there's the pitch outside. He's going to go for second and make it in there easily. Griffin managed to steal one last night. He was caught stealing earlier in this game, but now he's moved them up into scoring position with a 2-0 count and 2 outs. And they're going to come out and talk to Poole, see if they can settle him down just a little bit. They're not taking him out. This is not one of those conversations. They're just trying to settle him down a bit because after a really strong start, he started missing on a few. And the key thing now is they want to try to keep the Rockabillys from getting this additional insurance run in. And Hamilton with a 2-0 count. And Cameron, who could be a threat to go to third, he can steal on a pitcher as well as a catcher quite well. And the pitch. And he got into third just as we expected. He is a threat to go to any base, and he slid in head first, and so he's made his way around to third. 2 balls and a strike. Now he's just 90 feet away, and with 2 out, it would take a clutch hit, but Hamilton is capable, and he went around on it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking to make this a 4-1 game. And here comes the 2-2 from Poole. That's out of play. So it stays 2-2. And a youngster came up with that souvenir once again, dashing up the stands to be able to show it off. Here again is the 2-2. And yes, they pulled it for strike 3. He didn't like the call. He stood there for just a bit, but the ump finally said strike 3, and so it was no runs on a walk, no hits, and 1 man left on base. They got Griffin Cameron, stole 2 bases, but couldn't get it in, and so we've completed 7. It is the Rockabillys 3 and the Gems 1.
If you're looking to upgrade your device without breaking the bank, CPR can help you with that as well. Our stores carry a wide variety of certified pre-owned tablets, laptops, and smartphones, including all of the latest Apple and Samsung models. Financing is available for qualified customers. Our Y-certified technicians are ready to assist you, and our limited lifetime warranty is the best in the industry. And with hundreds of stores across the U.S., you never have to look far for fast, efficient electronic device repair. CPR. We save your mobile life.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, Van Drive, Jackson.
Going into the top of the 8th, Rockabillys still on top 3-1. And we'll see if Parker Davis can continue to nail it down as he came in and snuffed out a threat in the 7th. Jimmy Kaza, the infielder from VMI. And he will be followed by Vidston and Andujar. And that one's in on the outside corner for strike one. And there are some of our men in blue here tonight. Good to see them. Outside for a ball. Well, I'll tell you, Cade Davis gave them 6 1/3 good innings tonight. Had only one real shaky inning. That one's fouled back to the screen, a ball and 2 strikes. And now Parker Davis, who is, it's a lot to ask for a guy who has just walked the line and received his high school diploma to come in and try to get the save tonight, but he's done a good job, did a terrific job in the 7th. Now trying to match that here in the 8th with a ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch way outside, ball 2. Kaza is intense in his concentration. And they're going to change out the ball. So far tonight, Kaza is 0 for 3. The top of the order has not been able to give them a lot of success this evening because none of the 1, 2, 3 slots have contributed a hit. And that one just missed. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the wind of the 3-2. Fouled off once again. He is really hanging tough. So we'll have another 3-2 pitch. Kaza awaits, and Davis delivers high for ball 4. So he trots down to first, and that will bring up Vidston, the catcher. He is 0 for 2 tonight. And they're trying to get something out of the upper third of this order. So runner on first and nobody out. And he fires it in there for strike 1. After that 4-game losing streak, the Rockabillys would love to be able to sweep this set against Quincy and extend it to a 2-game winning streak with the guys from Illinois coming in. Another batch from Illinois that will be coming in tomorrow night. 7 o'clock will be the game time. And they're going to have a band playing after tonight's game for extra added entertainment on a Saturday night. And that's a high foul out of play. Runner was seriously thinking about trying to steal on that one. There you go. Another family enjoying the night at the ballpark. And here comes the 0-2. Davis delivers. And he probably, that would have been ball 1, but he fouled that one off just a few feet away. Andujar is next, and Meany would follow him. Davis looks the runner back at first again. And the pitch. Just missed it. Ball and 2 strikes. Kaza has a very short lead at first. And the wind, the pitch. There's a fly ball to center field, and Cameron is rushing over about 12 steps and takes it for out number 1. He has had a busy evening in center field. And here's Jason Andahar, the designated hitter, who is 1 for 2 tonight. And he'll be followed by Meany, who also has a hit. Runner still on first, and that's in there for a strike. Boy, the kids have enjoyed it tonight here at the ballpark. They just still are milling around and enjoying being with their friends. There's a drive that is going deep into, it's going to possibly go all the way back to the wall. And it's picked up by Cameron, and he's got to shake it down again. Fires it in, and that is going to bring in a run, and it is a triple. He's sliding head first in with a triple, and very happy about it. So Andahar brings in the second run of the game for the Gems, and he's only 90 feet away himself from scoring. And Tristan Meany is in. 1 for 3. He'll be followed by Harry Oden. A fly ball would tie this game of any depth. So he's facing himself a bit of a jam here to try to get out of this situation without giving up the tying run at third. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Again, Meany, another one of these from Culver Stockton College. Here's the 2-0, and it's outside. No, it's in there for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. Our view of the umpire's signal was a bit blocked there for a moment. Andahar is lurking down there, taking a lead at third, and that may bring in, and that is actually going to go back to the wall nearly, and he's having to rush back before he gets to the warning track. Fires into second, but they have tied the game up at 3 on a double by Tristan Meany. And Harry Oden will be up next trying to continue this rally of the Gems. Rockabillys had been sailing along with a 3-1 lead, and Parker Davis managed to get out of a jam in the 7th, but here in the 8th, they have begun to tee off, and they've hit a couple of rockets. And we are tied at 3. That's in there for a strike. Up high for a ball. Harry Oden tonight is 0 for 3. But he'd love nothing better than to get a base hit right here and bring in the leading run. He fires, it's down in the dirt. And quickly getting back to tag up at second is Meany. So Davis trying to get out of this pickle here in the top half of the 8th. He fires, and boy, was he going for the downs on that one and missed it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and a runner on second. And Odin awaits the 2-2. And he fires, and that's fouled back up. And one of the kids up there in the front, he's having a big grin on his face because he was protected by the screen, but it went right in front of him. And it is a bit of a challenge to keep from running up a couple of seats in a case like that. We're still at 2-2. And the pitch. He struck him out. So that's the 4th strikeout tonight for the Rockabillys, the 2nd for Parker Davis. And that brings up Jordan Scott, who's 1 for 2, the third baseman, he played the entire 11 innings last night. And this would be singularly important for Davis to be able to get out of this jam and keep the game tied. And that one down, nice job of blocking it. Ball and no strikes. I'm not sure that that one's a drive that is going to go into right field, and it's going to probably bring in, yes, he's trotting in with the 4th run of the game, and this 3-run rally has given the Gems a 4-3 lead. He just went with the pitch. And it has been a difficult inning for Parker Davis after his strong relief in the 7th. So they're going to call for the bullpen, and while they do, we'll take a break. And when we come back, we'll tell you about the new pitcher.
Here at Carlock Automotive of Jackson, we have it all. New car savings, quality used cars. We repair all makes and models. We can even buy cars. I don't think I have to say it.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
And back we are. And that one is going to be a base hit into right field.
All right, you ready there, 6?
So you got runners at first and second now.
On 4. All right. I'm on 6. Go ahead. All right, I'm on 2.
And those young men have been all over the stadium tonight. Luke Jessen stepping in. Jessen is 0 for 3. But this has been somewhat of a nightmare of an inning for the Rockabillys. Going to put a lot of pressure in the 8th and 9th innings to be able to rally back now. They did it last night 4 times. That one way inside for a ball. Yeah, they made 4 rallies from behind and then tied again in the 10th inning before they got the winning run in the 11th to win it on a walk-off single, 15-14. They did not take Davis out of the game, so he is there. Lost his cap on that one. 2 balls and no strikes. And runners on first and second for the Gems. And the wind and the pitch. And that one sliced foul. So 2 balls and a strike. And the young man from Covington had his struggles here in the 8th. Now that is a young one right there that one of these days Dad's going to tell him, you were actually on TV for 3 seconds. So here we go again with Easton Maines, the left-hander against the left-handed pitching of Davis. Oh, my goodness. That one conked him on the neck, and so he's headed down to first, and this is a full-blown jam with the bases loaded now. So Jessen goes down to first, and I think this is definitely going to be it for Parker Davis as he comes out. So once again, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll tell you about the new pitcher.
Here at Carlock Automotive of Jackson, we have it all. New car savings, quality used cars. We repair all makes and models. We can even buy cars. I don't think I have to say it.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, Van Drive, Jackson.
Well, back we are. This has been a long top half of the 8th inning. And checking in now for the Rockabillys on the mound. He's the 3rd pitcher of the evening, is Jack Hearn. He's 6'1" from Jackson State Community College right here in the Hub City. And he is another one of these guys that just turned 19 years old back on June the 10th. So Hearn has a really tough job ahead of him because it is a full-blown jam. Bases are loaded. And the Gems have put 3 runs across here in the top half of the 8th to go ahead 4-3. Jack is from Tiptonville, Tennessee. Has a good, strong fastball. But he's being asked to do an awful lot right now with the bases full. Rockabillys were holding firm into the 7th, and they were up 3-1, and then they took out Cade Davis on a pitch count situation, and so they brought in Parker Davis, who managed to snuff out a threat in the 7th, but it has been a very, very tough 8th. Up until this inning, they had been held down on 3 hits. So Jack Ziebig, who is 0 for 3 tonight, but he homered last night, so you know he's a threat to go long. And that one gets just away from the catcher, but he blocked it from any kind of damage being done. Ball and no strikes. No place to put Ziebig. And he put one over about 345 feet last night into the right center field wall. 2 balls and no strikes. And catcher coming out to settle him down just a bit. It's a tough call for a 19-year-old to be coming in a jam like this. So the batter steps back in, and we're ready to go once again. Bases loaded, 2 balls, no strikes, and 2 out. And that one just outside the corner, so it's 3 balls and no strikes. And this is a huge pitch. The 3-0, right down the middle for a strike. And you have to believe Ziebig, if he sees the pitch he likes, he's going to be going after it right here. The wind and the pitch. Outside ball 4, and that brings in run number 5. And so much of the damage has happened after 2 are out. So give him an RBI on that bases loaded walk. And that brings up the second baseman, Kaza. And that one is fouled off. He liked that pitch. He loved the location of it and tried to get around on it, but it went off. He was swung just a little bit late. So no balls and a strike. And that one's outside for ball 1. They are full. No place to put Kaza. As we say, he's a very intense-looking guy at the plate. Really stares down the pitcher. And that one is fouled off. A ball and 2 strikes. And this has been a 23-minute half inning. We were zooming along at a pace that we all thought we'd probably be out of here by 9:30 tonight with a Rockabillys victory. And he got it right by him for strike 3, and they finally get out of this one, but not before. The Gems came up with 4 runs on 4 hits and 2 walks, and they left 3 men on base. So we are going to the bottom half of the 8th, and it's going to take another rally for the Rockabillys. They're down now to the Gems 5-3.
A damaged electronic device typically costs hundreds or even thousands of dollars to replace. But we're here to show you that there's a better way. CPR is the global leader in electronic device repair, and our services are fast and far more affordable than replacement. Our knowledgeable technicians have experience working with all types of smartphones, tablets, computers and laptops, MP3 players, gaming consoles, and even other electronic gadgets like drones and more. CPR. We save your mobile life.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Well, it is go-get-'em time for the Rockabillys as they are trailing 5-3 after leading it for the first 7 innings of this game. A 4-run 8th inning. And the Gems are on top. But as we remind you, there were 4 rallies by the Rockabillys last night. And then they broke the tie finally in the 11th on a walk-off single by Griffin Cameron. And Jake McCutcheon is back up. He's 2 for 3 tonight, and they badly need him to deliver something right here to start the bottom of the 8th. And that one is outside for a ball. Poole came in relief. in the 7th. And the wind and the pitch. And that one's fouled out of play, a ball and a strike. McCutcheon has delivered a lot of offense this weekend in this 2-game set. And they fire that one's high and outside. 2 balls and a strike. And Poole gets ready to deliver. And that one, he goes around on it a little bit too quick, and it goes down the first base line. So we're at 2-2. You just really, when you're this late, you want to get that opening man on base and start trying to put some pressure on the pitcher. And the wind, the kick, and the pitch. High, ball 3, so we've gone full. And this is a most important pitch for both the pitcher and for McCutcheon. Here's the payoff, and that one's fouled off again. Up against the screen. I don't see the same lady up there, right there by the screen, who usually is scared half to death if a ball goes over there anywhere close to the screen. She didn't make it out tonight. There's somebody else there in that seat tonight. Here's the 3-2. Low for ball 4. So McCutcheon works a walk, and that will bring up Settlemeyer, the third baseman, who is 0 for 3 tonight. So Rockabillys have something going again. And he went around on that one for strike 1. Settlemeyer from Itawamba Community College down in Mississippi. And he is 20 years old. And that pitch is low and away for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. One thing you'd like to be able to do is make him throw a lot of pitches in this inning and get your base runners the best way that you possibly can. That one's down low for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Poole takes his time. He is very deliberate between pitches. And he fires, and he went around on that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I tell you, some of these kids are saying, I'm still enjoying it, but it's getting close to my bedtime. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That's low and away, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So they've worked the first 2 batters to 3-2 counts, and they got a walk for McCutcheon. Let's see if Settlemeyer can duplicate it. And here's the payoff pitch. And that's fouled out of play. Well, the 8th inning has somewhat interrupted the speed of this game that in the first 7 innings, we'd played that in less than 2 hours. And here comes the 3-2 again, and that's fouled off once again. Hanging very, very tough is Settlemeyer.
Still on 1, stand by 6. I'm on camera 6.
Because Norwich would be next.
All right, I'm back on 8.
And Oakins, who's had a couple of hits tonight, He had a triple that thrilled him no end. I wish you could, if you are watching a replay of this or seeing some of the highlights, is the grin on his face when he finally got up after getting that triple. But right now we got work to do with Settlemeyer and still facing a payoff pitch. The Wine taking a long time between pitches. And the pitch. Right down in there for strike 3. He looked at one right down the middle for out number 1. So here comes Kaznarich. Mason 1 for 3. And they've still got McCutcheon down at first. And there's a slow roller to second, and he booted it, but managed to dish it off. It was almost a shovel pass into the shortstop to get the force out. So they got a big break on that one. So there's 2 down, but still a runner on first with Kaznarich. And so Okins is up, and boy, do they need another long ball from him, like when he hit one back to the wall and ended up with a triple. Okins 2 for 3 tonight. And right down in there for strike 1. Poole managed to dig himself out of that one in the previous at bat. And he fires. Nice pitch right down in there for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. He's gotten ahead of Okins quite well. If he could get on, Jake Cale would be next. Poole delivers the 0-2 and struck him out. And that is the 6th strikeout for Jim's pitchers tonight. So for the Rockabillys, no runs. They got a walk, but they couldn't get him around, and 1 man left on base. So we have completed 8 innings, go into the 9th, and it is the Gems 5, the Rockabillys 3.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
CPR is the global leader in electronic device repair, and our services are fast and far more affordable than replacement. CPR specializes in cracked screen replacement and repair, water damage, data recovery and transfer, camera repair, battery issues, component replacement, and more. CPR. We save your mobile life.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
So we're going to the top half of the 9th inning, and the Gems are going to try to see if they can add some insurance, leading 5-3 after their 4-run 8th inning. Now, those guys look like the guy on the left isn't quite sure whether he ought to be happy or not. That was it. There was just some question mark about that. He just seemed as though that maybe his day didn't go that well. So here we go. Jack Hearn still in there in relief. And Kyle Vitson He's 0 for 3 tonight. And went after one low, ball and a strike. As we mentioned, Hearn from Jackson State. And his job is try to hold it right where it is and give the Rockabillys a chance for a final rally in the 9th. 1 ball and 2 strikes, nobody on. And he kicks and fires. And that one's fouled out of play. They're going back almost to the jukebox to get a hold of that one. A ball and 2 strikes. And Hearn delivers. Down low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Andahar is next, followed by Meany, and between the two of them, they've delivered 4 hits tonight for the Gems, and that one's a ground ball to third. He's going to have to fire a long one on to first, and got him. Just by about a half step, and you could tell that Vidston was not thrilled with the call. He thought that Kazarnich had been pulled off the bag, but he's not going to get anywhere with that dispute. So Andahar is up now, 2 for 3 on the night. He's the designated hitter. And that one's in there for a strike. The Gems came into this game as a team hitting .266 on the season. As we're getting down to the, and that one is, that's going to go back deep into the right field all the way back to the wall. He's going to fire it back into second and hold him to a double, but that was a nice job of going with the pitch for Meany. For Andahar, pardon me. Meany is coming up now, but Andahar gives them a runner on second. And he just teed off on that one, and it just continued rolling on and on and on down to the wall. Tristan Meany tonight is 2 for 4. That was the 3rd hit of the game for Andahar. He has been double tough in the cleanup position. And he is a threat to steal as well. That one's in the corner for strike 1. 2 down here in the 9th. But you've got Andahar there on second. I don't think they've got that right on the scoreboard. I'm not sure. I think there's only 1 out. We'll find out soon enough, but I think there's only 1 out in the game because Vidston was the first batter up. And that's a high fly that may float in. Center fielder made a big stab at it. Cameron just could not get to it, and that is going to bring in. Well, now let's wait and see if. And they hold him to a single. That was one of those that looked as though that Griffin might have a chance for it, but it just simply it fell right in front of him. He made every effort to try to get to it. He's been all over it tonight. So you've got runners on first and third. It's now 5 runs on 9 hits for the Gems. They were held in the first 7 innings to 3 hits. But it's been tough going for the bullpen since then. Runners on first and third. And an 0-1 count. And the pitch. And he laces one that's going to get into shallow center field for a base hit. That brings in run number 6. So Andahar comes in with the 6th run of the game, and it's a 6-3 game now. As we say, it's been a tough night for the bullpen for the Rockabillys. After getting strong pitching early in the game, and that one, he went after one that was really down low. Cade Davis gave them 6 1/3 very strong innings, and held them to a run on 3 hits, but had to come out for a pitch count. And that's in there. He's 0-2, gotten ahead of them. Jordan Scott, 2 for 3 tonight. And the 0-2 to the third baseman. Inside for a ball. The 4-run 8th opened it up for the Gems, and now they've added one for insurance here in the 9th. And he went after one that was outside for out number 2. And for the Rockabillys, that's their 5th strikeout of the night.
Yeah, that was just not much fun to say. We had 2 outs already. Yeah, I'm on.
Easton Maines is up. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah.
Boy, Andahar and Meany have been just double tough tonight. 6 hits between the two of them. And Scott has added 2 himself. 6 runs on 10 hits and no errors for the Gems. 3 runs on 8 hits and no errors for the Rockabillys. Here's the 1-0. High fly ball, and that's going to drop into shallow left field, and that is going to bring in run number 7. And he's going to make it all the way to second on the throw-in. Give him a single and a fielder's choice, moving him over to second. And it is a 7-3 game. They have just been spotting open slots. It's almost like watching a volleyball game where you try to hit it between 3 defenders, and they've just found the most open slots between the defense here in this 9th inning to get these 2 insurance runs to go up 7-3. Luke Jessen, he has not had a hit tonight, and he slid one that goes foul down the first base line. And you got runners on second and third. So they are a threat to add to this 4-run margin that they have. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Down in the dirt. A ball. Now, this is their second appearance tonight. They have, I think what they do is they just look at the camera operators and they say, okay, when you come back up here, we'd like another one just to prove that we've actually been on tonight. That one's outside for ball 2. Two balls and 1 strike to Jessen. And Ziebig would be next. And that's up. No, he got it in there. Looked like it might be a bit high, but he got it in there. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. I think that fan is just about to be out of gas tonight. I think he's ready to go home and hit the showers. Here's the 2-2. And struck him out. And that is the 5th strikeout of the evening for the Rockabillys, but unfortunately, insurance for the Gems as they added 2 more runs on 3 more hits. And it is now the Rockabillys trailing the Quincy Gems 7-3. We'll be back because we got to go get them Rockabillys here in the bottom of the 9th.
Here at Carlock Automotive of Jackson, we have it all. New car savings, quality used cars. We repair all makes and models. We can even buy cars. I don't think I have to say it.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, Van Drive, Jackson.
Well, it's time to get the rally caps out one more time as we hit the bottom of the 9th, and Rockabillys trailing at 7-3, but Carter Poole has done an effective job for the Gems tonight, and he stands to be the winning pitcher. But they're going to the bullpen again for the Gems as Stephen Eskridge comes in. He's a 6'2", 180-pounder from Graceland University. He's a junior. So they're bringing him in to try to close this one out against the Rockabillys. Scheduled up would be Jake Cale, Aiden Johnson, and Brady Wilson. So they're pulling for 4 runs up in the stands to see if they can pull another one out of the fire as they did last night, coming from 12-7 down to send it into extra innings and then pulling it out in the 11th, 15-14 last night. And that one is right down in there for strike 1. Boy, now, she's trying to show us everything she's got to eat tonight. But I don't know if she's eaten any. I don't know if she's eaten all of it in both of those packages. That's in there for strike 2, so he is quickly ahead of Cale. And here comes the 0-2. And he swings and misses for strike 3, and so he get him on 3 pitches. And here's Aiden Johnson. He's got 1 hit in 3 appearances tonight. Wilson would be next. He just got to get base runners. And, boy, this guy has got a good fastball. Strike 1. And that one just inside for ball 1. That's the first ball he's thrown. And the wind and the pitch. And that curveball is in there, a ball and 2 strikes. He's trying to make short work of the Rockabillys here in the 9th. And here's the 1-2. And that one's fouled out of play. One ball and 2 strikes to Aiden Johnson. And here's the pitch. Way inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Aiden goes to Purdue Northwest University. And here's the 2-2. And did he go around? And they say yes. So that is the 7th strikeout for Jim's pitching tonight, and that brings up the last hope now for the Rockabillys with Brady Wilson, the shortstop. And Brady takes strike 1. So Eskridge delivers. He has really been hammering home here in relief, and he's going to get the save if he gets one more like that one. Here comes the 0-2. And he did. Struck him out. Game, set, and match goes to the Quincy Gems tonight as their 4-run rally in the 7th inning gave them a 5-3 lead, and they added a couple of insurance runs to win it 7-3. Let's wrap it up real quickly. Rockabillys led it 3-1, and they had strong pitching for 6 1/3 innings that came from a really tough outing tonight from Cade Davis, but the bullpen could just not hold on. Cade had to come out on a pitch count limit, and so then it was a completely different story when we got into the bullpen and got into the 8th, and they got the 4 runs to go ahead 5-3, and then added 2 more insurance runs in the 9th to win it 7-3. And the winning pitcher actually was Poole. Carter Poole got the win in relief, and the save went to Eskridge. And for the Rockabillys, the loss goes to Parker Davis. Well, they split the series here this weekend with the Quincy Gems, but they'll be back here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock with another of the interesting teams from Illinois coming in here. We hope you will be here in person at 7 o'clock. If not, be sure to join Alexander Bitterling here at 7 p.m. Actually, we'll have pregame about 6:45. Alexander will be back to bring you all the play-by-play tomorrow night, and I hope you will join him. It's been my pleasure, Steve Beverly, to be with you this weekend on PLTV as well as on the Ballgame Blitz Sports Network. So let me show you the people who tonight. Our broadcast has been produced by Summer Sturgis and directed by Christopher Reasons, and we had a terrific group of camera operators and, of course, the executive producer for Worthy Road Studios, Ballgame Blitz Sports Network, and for the Rockabillys telecast is Paul Schultze. So until we see you again, and hopefully tomorrow night here on PLTV, this is Steve Beverly saying thanks for being with us, and so long from the great hub city of West Tennessee.